Hey garden lovers, did you know that planting your plants straight into compost can work wonders for their growth? It's a game changer. Many gardeners don't know about the incredible benefits of this method. But don't worry, we have got you covered. Today, we're diving deep into the truth about planting in compost and revealing the secrets of the 18-day composting method. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of our exciting gardening tips and tricks. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting started, there's always something new to learn here. Let's explore the fascinating world of composting and planting. The 18-day composting method. This method is a fast and efficient way to turn your kitchen waste into rich, nutrient-filled compost for your garden. Now we are explore step-by-step process making compost from kitchen waste. First, gather your materials. You'll need a mix of green and brown materials. Green materials include kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and fresh grass clippings. Brown materials include dry leaves, cardboard, and straw. Next, start layering your compost pile. Begin with a layer of brown materials at the bottom. This helps with drainage and air circulation. On top of that, add a layer of green materials. Keep alternating layers of brown and green until your pile is about 3 feet high. Now, add some water. Your compost pile should be as damp as a wrung-out sponge. Not too dry, not too wet. If it's too dry, add more water. If it's too wet, add more brown materials to balance it out. After you've built your pile, it's time to turn it. This is a crucial step in the 18-day composting method. Turn your pile every 2 days. This means mixing it up thoroughly to add oxygen, which speeds up the decomposition process. Use a garden fork or shovel to do this. Keep an eye on the temperature of your compost pile. It should get hot, which means the microbes are working hard to break down the materials. If it cools down, it might need more turning or moisture. Continue this process of turning every 2 days for about 18 days. By the end of this period, you should have dark, crumbly compost that's ready to use in your garden. Tips on how to turn a compost pile. Turning a compost pile might seem like a lot of work, but it's essential for fast composting. Here are some tips to make it easier. Tip number 1. Use a compost thermometer to monitor the temperature. This helps you know when to turn the pile. Tip number 2. Make sure to mix the materials thoroughly. You want to get the outer parts of the pile into the center, where it's hottest. Tip number 3. Don't let the pile get too dry. Moisture is key for the microbes to do their job. Tip number 4. If you notice a bad smell, it might be too wet or lacking oxygen. Turning it more often can help with this. By these steps and tips, you'll be able to create high-quality compost in just 18 days. This compost will enrich your soil and help your plants grow strong and healthy. Benefits of planting directly in compost. Now, let's talk about the benefits of planting directly in compost and the concept of low-till gardening. These methods can make a big difference in your gardening success. Low-till gardening. Low-till gardening is a method where you disturb the soil as little as possible. Instead of digging and turning the soil, you leave it mostly undisturbed. This has several benefits. It preserves the soil structure. Healthy soil has layers that are home to beneficial microbes and earthworms. These organisms help break down organic matter and make nutrients available to plants. It reduces soil erosion. When you leave the soil intact, it's less likely to wash away during heavy rains. It saves time and effort. Less digging means less work for you, and your garden can still thrive. Advantages of planting directly in compost. Planting directly in compost offers many advantages. Here are some of the key benefits. Nutrient-rich environment. Compost is packed with nutrients that plants need to grow. When you plant directly in compost, your plants have immediate access to these nutrients. This can lead to faster growth and healthier plants. Improved soil structure. Compost helps improve the soil structure, making it easier for plant roots to grow and take up water and nutrients. This is especially beneficial for heavy clay or sandy soils. Better moisture retention. Compost holds moisture well, which means your plants will have a consistent supply of water. This is particularly helpful during dry periods. Reduced need for chemical fertilizers. Since compost is rich in nutrients, you won't need to rely as much on chemical fertilizers. This is better for the environment and can save you money. Enhanced soil life. Compost encourages the presence of beneficial microbes and earthworms. These organisms help break down organic matter and release nutrients slowly over time, creating a healthy, living soil. Weed suppression. A thick layer of compost can help suppress weeds by blocking light and making it harder for weed seeds to germinate. Reduced waste. Using compost in your garden is a great way to recycle kitchen and yard waste, keeping it out of landfills and putting it to good use. By incorporating these methods into your gardening routine, you'll not only improve your plant's health, but also contribute to a more sustainable and eco-friendly garden. DIY composting tips. In this section, we're going to give you some practical tips for DIY composting at home. We'll cover how to make a compost pile using scraps and composting worms, and some lazy composting methods for beginners. Starting a compost pile at home is easier than you might think. Here's how you can do it. Choose a spot. Pick a spot in your yard that's convenient but out of the way. It should be a sunny spot with good drainage. Build your pile. Start with a layer of brown materials at the bottom to help with drainage. Then, add a layer of green materials. Keep alternating layers of brown and green until your pile is about 3 feet high. Make sure to add a bit of water to keep the pile moist, but not soggy. Turn the pile every few days. Use a garden fork or shovel to turn the pile. This helps mix the materials and adds oxygen, which speeds up decomposition. Using scraps and composting worms. Using kitchen scraps and composting worms can boost your composting process. Kitchen scraps. Collect kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels, eggshells, coffee grounds, and tea bags. Avoid meat, dairy, and oily foods, as these can attract pests and create bad odors. Final thoughts. Let's wrap up our discussion on composting with some key takeaways. Today, we've explored the benefits of planting directly in compost in the 18-day composting method. We've learned how to create nutrient-rich compost from kitchen waste, the importance of balancing green and brown materials. Composting is not only beneficial for your garden, but also for the environment. It reduces waste, enriches the soil, and supports healthy plant growth. I encourage each of you to give composting a try at home. It's easier than you think, and the rewards are worth it. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more gardening tips and DIY projects. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. I'd also love to hear from you. Share your composting experiences and any questions you have in the comments section below. Thank you all for watching and joining me on this composting journey. Together, we can make a positive impact on our gardens and our planet. Happy composting, and I'll see you in the next video.